Hello everybody, I'm Susan Scoggins. I am with Houston Area Parkinson's Society and I'm a speech pathologist, and we're here to do another speech class to work on voice, strength of voice, breath support, swallowing, and we do a little bit of a cognitive exercise at the end. So to start off with our class, we're going to do some breath support where you're sustaining an ah sound and holding it for about 20 seconds. So taking a big deep breath, here we go. Good. All right, take a couple of breaths here. We'll do it again. All right, big breath. Great. I almost ran out of breath. I don't think I took as big of a breath as I should have. All right, take a couple of breaths here and then a big breath right now. Good. Okay, take a few breaths here. We're going to do it about 3 more times. All right, big breath. Good. 2 more times. All right, here we go. Big breath. Good. A couple of breaths. And now a big one. Good. Okay, so that was to work on breath support, building up the lungs. We fill all 3 lobes that are on either side, our right lobe and our left lobe, right lung and left lung, and there's 3 lobes on each side. Very important, and very important when you're getting a chest x-ray and they tell you to take a deep breath. It just gives the radiologist lots to area to view when you can take a big deep breath and hold it. Okay, next on the list is a high-pitched E sound, and we've talked about this and the purpose of it. So in our voice we have, or in our speech, we have inflections where we go up and down with our sentences or in conversation. So what we do want to do is to avoid what typical Parkinson's, which has that run fast speech and a monotone speech. So we want to make sure we continue having the inflections that are natural in our conversation. So we're going to do a high-pitched E and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. So here we go. Good. Try to go as high as you can. Again. Good. Again. Good. Again. Good. Again. Great. All right, next on the list is the Masako. Masako is a swallowing exercise. You stick your tongue out between your teeth and lips and anchor it there and do a swallow. It'll look like this. And what you might need to do is take a sip of something, swallow normally. Then you have enough residue to do another swallow. So you stick your tongue between your teeth and your lips and swallow. That's making that posterior pharyngeal wall work a little harder to hit that base of tongue. And that is part of swallowing. Do that, stop the video and do it about 5 times. And then when you're done, then next exercise you want to do is the Mendelssohn. And Mendelssohn is where you're doing just a normal swallow, but you're stopping in the middle of the swallow, holding your breath. The epiglottis is flipped over the airway, you can't breathe, and you can see a little bit of a strain on my face. So if I do one, it'll look a lot like this. And then I release. And you can kind of see my neck go down a little bit and the release because I'm holding my breath. So you want to do that about 4 more times, stop the video and kind of practice that. Very good exercises. One of the other exercises we don't do in the class because it's pretty difficult to do, but you want to lay flat on the floor or flat on a bed without a pillow, and you just lift your head up, not your shoulders. You keep your shoulders down, you lift your head up and you look at your toes. You try to hold that for 60 seconds. And it's pretty difficult to do for 60 seconds. So, but that's called the shaker. So this is the Masako, the shaker, and the Mendelssohn, all named after doctors who I believe they all were laryngologists, and they invented the exercise. They get to name it after themselves. Next on the list, and we won't do this one, but it's something to practice on, is the pucker. You want to pucker your lips, hold a kiss for 60 seconds. Feel the tension in your lips as you're holding it. In the last 10 seconds, pull tighter. Then once the 60 seconds is up, switch to a smile, keeping that labial seal. And hold that for about 60 seconds. Okay? Try that and do that on your own. What else we'll want to do is the breath support exercise. And with that breath support exercise, you're just inhaling through the nose for a count of 3, exhaling through the nose for a count of 8. Very important exercise to practice breath control. Parkinson's patients, their speech, as I was mentioning, is a lot of times is monotone, but there's also a rush of speech. And so what we want to do is maintain that 8 seconds or near 8 seconds of exhaling. So you're going to inhale through the nose, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. All right, so those are some exercises that we do on Thursdays in my Zoom class with HAPS. And we meet at 10:30, from 10:30 to 11:30 on Thursdays, which what I do is I send my exercise sheets out to Angelica, and then she forwards it to everyone who has signed up for the class. And so a lot of people print them out. Others just kind of wait until class because I'll have them up on the shared screen, and we kind of go through them together. And they're the exercises, and then there's some cognitive or critical thinking exercises that we do as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do sibling rivalry. I'm going to give you some names, and these are siblings. We just have to provide the last names of them. So if I say John, Robert, and Edward, you might say Kennedy. Okay, next one is Tom and Ray. They're the Magliozzi brothers. Dick and Jerry. I think they're both comedians. I remember watching them. Van Dyke. Dennis and Randy. These are actors, and they're brothers. Quaid. Dennis Quaid and Randy Quaid. Eric and Julia. Roberts. James and Peter. Arness and Graves. So James Arness and Peter Graves were brothers. Caroline and John. And if you guessed Kennedy, that was correct. Ben and Casey. Affleck. Richard and Karen. The Carpenters, Richard and Karen Carpenter. And Jane and Peter Fonda. Okay, wonderful. So we just kind of do a little bit of exercise. When I do these speech videos, I have to look for something that's pretty easy, not too complicated. So they're just kind of quick work recall tasks, if I can find them. Usually that's what we do. So it's just kind of a quick recall. So again, we meet, my name is Susan. I'm a speech pathologist with HAPS. And we meet on Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30. Also, there's other great speech classes on Tuesdays. I think there's one in the morning, no, one in the afternoon and one later in the afternoon. And then there's also physical therapy, occupational therapy, I think might help out and do some exercises. There's yoga, Tai Chi, I think there's art, and so lots of good classes that HAPS is providing free of charge, and all you have to do is just log on, I think on YouTube or their Facebook page, and they'll have these classes. And then also sign up for the Zoom classes, and I think they do some in person. I'm not sure if they do the boxing one, but they do have a boxing class. But it is really good to take advantage of these free classes. They are free to people with Parkinson's, and they also have very good caregiver classes. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.